Let's bang in the ultimate beef short rib.
Squeeze your meat. All right, you're going to rip the beef ribs straight out of the maw, then let them chill out in the sink so they're slightly pliable. Just be aware, look at the thickness difference in this pack.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to put some cross hatches in between, on the membrane in between the bone, and this will allow some of the seasoning and smoke to penetrate from underneath.
Now we all love a good penetration, so make sure you get those nice crisscross cuts.
All right, bloody critical step, you want to trim the fat and the silver skin off the top, because if you want that perfect result, you want the nice mouthfeel, and the silver skin has a little bit of tug and chew to it, which you don't want. Maybe you just want the tug.
Please excuse the dad joke innuendo.
Another little tip, par frozen makes it a lot easier to trim. The silver skin's buried under that fat. Probably an easiest way is just to pick a spot, run your knife underneath, and then slowly bring it forward. As you can see, all the chewy silver skin underneath. If you're wondering why it's called silver skin, because it has a slight silver shimmer in it when the light hits it in the right way. As you can see, the other wreck's got a massive hunk of fat. We need to scallop that right out. Don't throw away that trimmings, put it into a small tray, throw it into your smoker oven when you cook the short ribs. This will render down and then have nice beef tallow. We're going to apply a binder to the beef just to get the maximum adherence we can from the rub. So you can use something like sriracha or a teaspoon of Vegemite and water, mix it up, put it over the top and you get a nice umami flavour kick.
And this is about the only time I let you bloody rub your meat. The coffee-based rub and AUSSIEQ go well together.
Start seasoning from the side that's going to go down. The presentation side will be the last side to season. Just remember to get a nice even coverage of your seasoning. Sprinkle from about 40 to 60 centimetres high. With your hand, guide the bloody seasoning back in on the meat. Because we're so tight, we could shove charcoal up the fart box and turn it into a diamond. Pat, don't rub. Save that for the bedroom. If you're going to eat all sides, season all sides. Then a light coat of the Oz dirt. Make sure you dab it up. As you can see here, nice even coating. If you're new to the Salt Bay game, you just want to see just a slight ruby red sort of colour coming from the meat, shining through. Regardless of whether you're using a charcoal smoker, offset, etc., oven, you're going to cook it about 120 Celsius, 250 Fahrenheit. You're going to create a little welt in the middle. That's where your firelighter is going to go, and it's going to burn out like a fuse. You loosely place some of the smaller pieces of charcoal over the top. With the power of Harry Potter. Today we're smoking with cherry wood lower than a snake's belly. As you can see, all vents are open. This will allow maximum oxygen and nice clean burn. Time to throw in the cherry wood. We're going to stagger it so it burn at different times. So the first one will go closest to the fire, and then we'll stagger them out. As you can see, I've just made a simple alfoil bowl, and this will catch all the crap and drippings, because who wants to bloody clean up at the end? Not me. Quick hit with the spray oil, so less bloody clean up at the end when we're taking the ribs off. Don't forget, exhaust open to full. Now, if you're not in the oven and you're smoking today, we're going to let this get to, like I said, around that 250 Fahrenheit, 120 Celsius. The main thing is we want a nice, clean blue smoke coming out of this exhaust. It should be almost invisible. Now at this point, bang it in for 3 hours, don't touch it. Go smack some tennies, do some crochet, whatever floats your boat. Alright, so we're going to add some water to this beef injection, then we're going to use that to mop the ribs with. Alright, we've got a Jim Beam pop here. After that rub has set, we're going to give it a nice mopping.
Yep, so once the rub doesn't scratch off with your fingernail, this is where you can mop on that beautiful juice.
Alright, the bark is set, the colour is great. We're going to take these off, wrap them up tight, put them into a baking tray, and then we're going to finish them off in the oven. So the rest of the beef stock or beef injection that we use for the cook will go in the bottom.
Is this the Apple Photos music?
As low as your oven will go, 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Does the sound of crushed garlic get any more satisfying? Keep it simple, stupid, nice and rustic, nothing too fancy here. Lorena Bobbitt your carrot.
Throw your taters on, you're going to saute your garlic and your onion first. Snag a couple of bay leaves, a piece of star anise, and good to go.
Once the garlic and onion is translucent, has some colour, you're ready to move on.
A couple of tablespoons of chipotle if you're feeling frisky.
Some fresh honey, about a tablespoon.
About a quarter to half a can of your favourite beer. Obviously you're going to sweep your reb straight after. About 3/4 of a cup of beef stock, and then you're going to add some of that beef juice left over from the last week. Come out here, I reckon the Coke works well. Once that's reduced down by that half, you're going to add that into the beef ribs, rack it back up, going straight back into the oven. Now when you can push a probe through your beef ribs when they're tender, you're going to throw everything into a sieve, throw some ice blocks into that, and that's going to pull out all that coagulated fat. Now for your potato puree, you're going to add bloody milk, salt, pepper, potatoes, give it a quick fucking hit. Harness your inner Gordon Ramsay. I like to have some of that potato puree in the middle, that reduced jus around the outside, give it plate a little bit of a clean, beef rib in the middle, and of course some more of that sauce on top. Take all your bloody Instagram photos, my handiwork, and bang it into your head.